Welcome back. What's going on? Today's video it's gonna be about Pi from Cyberseclabs. The machine is Linux, and we have the IP address. We have powered on the machine, and as you can see here on the I have the VPN connection, and on the right I have the result of Nmap scanning. Now this machine it's gonna be very easy. It's beginner level, so everything we are about to do now, it's about the methodology of a penetration test. So as a beginner, right, you need to pay attention to everything we're going to do today. It's going to be very easy, nothing out of the box. It's all about methodology. So as you see, we have, after we scan the machine, we have port 22 SSH, we have port 53 DNS mask, and we have port 80 on HTTP. And the web server is light HTTPD, and the version is 1.4.45. So the first step we're gonna need to embark on is, let's first make sure the machine is still alive, because I experienced a lot of connection drops. As expected. So it seems to me that the VPN connection is having some kind of problem. So here we got the connection established. Let's try to ping again. All right. Now the first thing is we navigate. We either have to choose enumerating the port 22 or port 80. Now port 53 of this challenge, I haven't found any use of that port. So we can start 22 or 80, but given the details and given the assumptions we haven't got any username or password to school, or a word list. So we can go ahead and try using Hydra to crack the username and password or SSH, but it's going to be a waste of time because we don't have any given detail about the machine regarding the username and passwords. So we're going to stick right now for port 80. We're going to start enumerating port 80 now. So let's start enumerating that. We can go to Firefox. Over here, let me close all of these tabs. Start a new tab. And let's go to IP. Let's go back. Paste. All right, so we can see here the logo of the page, and we have a statement that says, did you mean to go to the admin panel? So, you know, everything, the first thing comes to mind is clicking on that link. Let's click on that. So we followed the link, and we can see here we have been logged in automatically without being prompted or challenged for entering username and password. I can't say much about that because in real life or in real case scenarios, you will not find any admin panel that's accessible to everyone unless it is kind of online security camera, let me say. But an admin panel of a web server or any kind of server that's accessible for anyone, I haven't heard of anyone done that before, unless you know they are known to be idiots. So basically here we have the name of the application is Pi-hole. The next step of this methodology here, we can try to find a way to inject some kind of remote code execution or to get reverse shell. But since we are not familiar with Pi-hole, right? I'm not familiar with Pi. I haven't used that before. So I'm going to stick to finding an exploit for that. So let's go to and find the version of this. All right. This is the help center, and we go down. Normally, the page of any application gives you much detail about the application itself, like the version, the name. So we're gonna look for these details here. Um, all right, so you can see here PI whole version v4.3.0. That is the version of the application. So the next step is to enumerate the possible exploits that match this version. So we go back to our terminal. Let's close the nmap. All right, so we type search exploit -w for displaying the URLs of the exploits, and pi whole. So we got. I am not sure if I have typed the name correctly. Pi whole. Okay, go back. Or do we need to make that uppercase? Let's go back. Ah, it's the E. So here, I'm going to try without the E. All right. So we can see a couple of exploits, but we need to pick the exact one that matches the vulnerability, if it exists, of course. And in a real case scenario, guys, you don't want to try every one of these exploits against the system you are testing, since it would create negative impacts on the production aspect of systems you are testing, and um, it's gonna involve with the problems with your clients. It's gonna create problems for your client. So make sure that you test every one of these exploits on a testing system like we are doing here, and the one that works, you can try it for your client or the one you're doing pen testing for. That's the methodology. All right, so what we have here, we have 4 exploits, remote code execute. Now let's go back and see the version again. Go down. So we have here 4.3. Let's go back. So 4.4, 4.4, 4.3.2, and the difference between the first two and the last two is that the first two, it's saying authenticated, which means that we need to be logged in to the instance of the Pi-hole. Now we are currently logged in as an admin due to misconfiguration from the system admin, let's say that, and we can use one of these. So we have 4.3.2 and 4.4, but since we are 4.3.0, we can try with the earliest version. So let's copy the URL and let's examine the exploit online. Remote code execution authenticated. Let's go down and find more about this. So here we got the modules, libraries, add argument password. So we need to type the password here. So the parameters required for this exploit to work are the URL, we have it, port, we have it, IP, we have it, but the password, we don't have it. The exploit developer didn't know that we have been authenticated automatically without the need to enter the password. So this one will not work for us. Let's close that, go back. Let's see this one. Remote code execution authenticated. So down, this program is for free software. All right. So what do we have here? Features. Does a reliable check before exploitation. Performs no RC without privilege escalation. Ask before running root RC. Okay. So what do you have here? We have the. I don't have the password. So this exploit needs you to needs a knowledge or predetermined knowledge of the password, which we needed to have this password, but unfortunately we are logged in automatically without. Oh my god. Okay, let's try this one. maybe we're gonna rely on the cookie. If you don't have the password and you are authenticated in the application, you're gonna use the cookie, right? Let's see that this exploit must be run with root privileges and port 80 must not be occupied. Why it is possible to exploit this from a non-standard port? Alright, so what do we have here? Let's see, usage sudo, the name of the exploit, the session cookie, the URL, and your IP shell port. Okay, 5 parameters. We need the session cookie, we can get that, and the URL of the target, the IP, your IP, the reverse shell. Okay, seems we can use that actually. Let's download this. All right, go to the terminal, clear, and here we're gonna go to home, see the downloads. Let me remove 48. Now nano 47. Oh, seems like I have removed the wrong exploit. Let me remove this one. 47. Let me go back and download the exploit again. All right. Sudo nano 48. Okay. Let's see here. See if we need to modify. Okay, so the session cookie here, the session ID, the target IP, the local port, local IP and local port are all parameters that are to be given or input by the user, right? So no worries about these parameters. We're gonna provide them in the inputs. You don't need to modify anything so far. So let's go down and find more. So we have here, as you can see, the payload. It's PHP code execution, as I can see. And let's go to the right. See if you can modify something. Nope. All right. So here these two lines are about curation of the payload. It's PHP code execution, and the local IP and the local port are provided by us. Let's go down. All right. So here as you can see, guys, we have provided the right cookie because it's going to be used to upload the PHP code execution. All right, so far there is nothing for us to modify or to do on the exploits. Okay, let's try to run this. All right, so let's first grab the session cookie. Let's go back. And from here, how can we grab the cookie, guys? It's very easy. So basically here we can find the cookie two ways, two options. We either reload the page, send a request to a proxy interceptor, and grab the cookie from there with burp suite, or we grab it from the inspect element. Here we click on inspect element, and over here we can go to console, requests, see if the session cookie is found here. Alright, so as you can see, guys, we have the session ID from here. So you grab it from going to the console and finding the session ID. So we're going to grab that. Let's copy it with Control C. All right, now we go back, terminal, sudo, let's get the exploit execution permissions, sudo chmod plus x48, and now let's run it for, provide this session cookie here, the first parameter, and the second parameter was the URL. Let's grab the URL. Right, and let's create a listener, split to, okay, horizontal sudo rlwrap nc-nlvp 455. Here we provide our local IP address 10.10.0. What was it? 24. Okay, 24. 4545 python c-r no such file or directory. Okay. Sudo python 3. Let's see now what we're gonna get. So the exploit took some time to run, so I paused the video and played back. And as you can see here, once we executed the exploit, providing the session cookie, the IP address of the target, the IP address of our machine, and the port. And on the, as you can see, guys, down below we have the established. And if you type ID, seems like the connection is restarting. Let me connect again. Yep, and no response. Anyway, this is the end of the lab, and as you saw, it's basic penetration testing. It's very easy, beginner level, introductory level, if you will. And there is no complicated stuff as you see in this challenge to learn. It's only about the methodology and how we conduct and how we step from one phase into another phase of during the pen test. All right, that's it. You got it, and see you in the next.